Hello there, I'm Lloyd Evans. Welcome to The Bunker. It's time for another voicemail. Today's voicemail is from someone named Zach. Let's hear what Zach has to say.
Hi Lloyd, hope you're doing well. My name is Zach. I'm from Australia. I've been disfellowshipped for approximately 10 years. And one of the things I struggle with is guilt over the way I left the organization. Like a lot of Jehovah's Witnesses, I got married very young because it's hard to find someone in that religion. So when you do find someone you get along with, you tend to jump on it very quickly and get married young, too young. And I was one of those people. I moved away from home when I got married. I got a secular job despite the advice of the elders in the congregation that I was in, because I had to support my family. My new wife was a pioneer, so I had to make some money. And through that secular job, I discovered a taste of a life that I didn't know that I'd wanted. I was in my early 20s and I started to think critically about what I had been taught since birth. And I came to the conclusion that it couldn't be true. And my point is that my path out of the organization was a very destructive one. I hurt a lot of people with my actions. I hurt my parents. I hurt my ex-wife through my discovery of alcohol and sex and drugs and a real life. And the thing that I struggle with as much as that guilt is the knowledge that if I hadn't have done what I'd done, and if I hadn't have hurt the people that I'd hurt and done all the things that, I feel guilty for, I wouldn't be free now. I wouldn't have had my mind opened, and I wouldn't be here in this position 10 years later where I can honestly say that I'm living my best life. So it's a double-edged sword. And I feel anger towards my parents for raising me on lies, but I can't feel too much anger because I know they don't believe it's lies. I know that they are fully devoted to it, and their conviction is almost impressive if it wasn't devoted towards something that is so harmful and damaging to so many people. So I think, even 10 years on, these are things that I struggle with, and any advice that you have would be welcome. I'm a huge fan of the channel. I've only just recently discovered your channel after Chris Stuckman uploaded his video coming out as an XJW. I've followed Chris since his beginning on YouTube. So seeing that video come out and hearing his story was immensely cathartic, and it's led me down the rabbit hole of XJW community on YouTube, like yourself and Germ from Mentally Diseased. So this content is actually really, really helpful and really cathartic. So I just wanted to say thank you. And yeah, enjoy your day. Bye.
Well, thank you so much, Zach. That is a very interesting message, and I think you've hit on something that many people will relate to, namely, how do we reconcile, or how do I reconcile the fact that destructive behavior that I'm not proud of essentially helped me get out of an abusive cult, which seems to be the thrust of your comment there, or the thing that you want help with. How do we reconcile that something that I'm not proud of helped me do something that I am proud of? And the simple answer is I don't really see that you need to reconcile it. I mean, stuff like this happens all the time. You can get to a good situation coincidentally through a bad situation, or through bad or terrible things happening. That doesn't make the bad or terrible things good. They're still bad or terrible. It's just the way things have fallen in your favor. Classic example in my own Jehovah's Witness experience is the fact that I met my wife, as you did, through the Jehovah's Witness religion. I wouldn't have met Deanna. I can't think of a single situation in which I would have met Deanna if not for being in the Jehovah's Witness religion, because it was through going through the ministerial training school and one of the guys on our course being from Deanna's congregation that I happened to meet her. If I'd never been a Jehovah's Witness, or if I'd gotten out of the Jehovah's Witness religion before going to MTS, I never would have met Deanna, and both of my beautiful two girls, Jessica and Julia, would not exist. Does that make Jehovah's Witnesses right? Does that make Jehovah's Witnesses true? Does that make Jehovah's Witnesses a good organization, a beneficial organization to get oneself involved in? Not at all. It's just the way things have fallen. In no way does it excuse all of the abusive attributes of the group, the shunning, the cover-up of child sex abuse, the death of people from refusing blood transfusions, the way women are treated or abused spouses are treated in abusive relationships, and the dissuading of higher education. It doesn't excuse any of those things or make any of those things any better. It just happens to be in my own situation that as a result of being raised as a Jehovah's Witness, I met my wife and my two children now exist. We make the best of the situation we're left with, the hand that fate deals us. We just do our best with it. I think we can say something similar about your situation, at least as you've described it. You described destructive behavior involving alcohol, drugs, sex, presumably sex outside of your marriage. All of those things were destructive, and behavior that it's probably right that you feel guilty about. But the fact that it took destructive behavior to get you out of the cult doesn't make the destructive behavior less destructive. It's just one of those nuanced situations where not everything has to be black and white. You can't say this stuff that I did was actually right and I was justified doing this because look at where it got me. No, it was still wrong. It was still destructive. It's just that, again, through a twist of fate, it got you into a situation where you happen to get out of a cult. There are other ways of getting out of a cult that don't involve the destructive behavior. We can live productive, satisfying, meaningful lives without alcohol dependency, without drug dependency, and without cheating on someone. So to be honest, I think it's just a case of thinking more about this and just contemplating the fact that there is a lot of nuance in life. Not everything has to be black and white, and you can somehow find yourself in a favourable situation or a favourable situation for you as a result of a course of action that has led to pain or hurt for others. That's just the way things are. As a more profound example, let me tell you that my great-grandmother, her first husband died in World War I, and she remarried my great-grandfather. Their child came to be my grandmother, and hence I came to be born. So it could be argued that if not for World War I, which resulted in the death of my great-grandmother's first husband, I wouldn't be alive today. Does that make World War I a good thing? Does that make warfare and death and fighting a good thing? No, it doesn't. It's just that there is nuance in life. Good things can end up happening as a result of bad things. It doesn't make the bad things good. So I hope I've explained that for you. I would just say that if you are struggling with anger, which you suggest might be a problem, anger towards your parents, and if these feelings of anger are overwhelming or you don't feel you can control them or manage them, you do need to think about pursuing professional help and counselling to help you get over those feelings. But that's pretty much all I have to say on this particular message. Viewers, what do you think? Do you have anything to say on this message? Let me know in the comments below. And if you would like to leave a voicemail, the thing to do is go to speakpipe.com/Seeders, remembering to indicate very clearly if you don't want me to feature your message on my YouTube channel, But that's all I have for you. Don't forget to subscribe to the Lloyd Evans channel for more such videos, and as always, thank you for watching.